So there's this guy. Let's call him Mr. Optimistic. He was your regular, overconfident 25-year-old with Wi-Fi and too much free time. He's scrolling online one random night when he stumbles across a post that says, "Japan needs black men," and Optimistic just freezes. Like, wait, what? Did Japan just officially request black men like they're ordering coffee beans? And Optimistic is like, finally, a country that gets it. Then he does what every rational person does. He does research, and by research, I mean watching through YouTube shorts and a Reddit thread titled "Japan Wants Us." When he clicks the post, it's full of videos, tall black guys in Japan getting compliments, selfies, girls saying "oh my god, so handsome," and in that moment, Optimistic thinks he's found paradise. Japan looks like heaven for black men. Optimistic, being 25, single, and highly impressionable, did what any of us would probably do if we believed the hype. He booked a one-way ticket to Tokyo, because in his head, Japan was basically heaven for black men, like Wakanda, but with sushi. A few weeks later, Optimistic is on a plane, headphones in, confidence high, future wife probably waiting at the airport in his imagination. He lands in Tokyo, steps out, and the first thing he notices is silence. Not awkward silence, just organized calm. Everyone's quiet, polite, efficient. It's like the whole country is running on introvert energy. For a second, Optimistic feels like he's inside an anime intro. The lights, the vending machines, the clean streets. It's perfect. But that's when things start getting interesting. As he walks around, Optimistic realizes people are staring, like full-on wildlife documentary staring. Some are amazed, others confused, a few just curious. At first, Optimistic eats it up. He's like, yeah, I'm the main character now. But after a few days, the excitement fades, because he starts realizing, these aren't your famous stares, they're "I've never seen someone like you before" stares. Then comes his first real interaction. He's at a cafe, sipping coffee, minding his business. A girl keeps glancing at him. Eventually, she walks over, shy smile, and asks for a picture. Optimistic, feeling like a celebrity, says sure. She takes the pic, turns to her friend, and whispers, "So dark." And just like that, ego deleted. That's when it hits him. Japan didn't need black men. They were just fascinated by them. Optimistic thought he was stepping into paradise. Instead, he just unlocked culture shock. Hard mode. In Japan, people talk softly, so when Optimistic laughs, everyone turns around like he just yelled in a library. Then there's the food. Small portions, tiny plates. He's sitting there like, this isn't a meal, bro. This is a sample. But he adapts. He tries sushi, ramen, tempura, even some stuff he can't pronounce. And honestly, he loves it, just not the prices. When he tries to make friends, that's another adventure. In Japan, people don't approach strangers. It's all polite, calm, formal, like everyone's permanently in customer service mode. Optimistic cracks jokes, hoping to loosen the vibe, but instead of laughing, they just bow slightly and go, "Ah, yes, funny." He once made a joke about short doorways, and an old man replied, "Ah yes. Japan very small. No smile, no laugh. Just facts." So Optimistic starts seeing the real Japan, the one you don't see on TikTok. The language barrier, brutal. He can't read menus, signs, or even figure out which bottle is shampoo and which one's conditioner. Dating. Whole new universe. He thought girls would just fall for his accent and skin tone combo. But no, dating here is like applying for a credit card. Lots of steps. No instant approval. He goes on one date. It's quiet, polite, and feels like a business meeting. No touch, no jokes, no flirt. Just hobbies, tea, and awkward smiles. Next day, she texts, "Thank you for the food. Please enjoy Japan." That's it. No emoji. Just, "Goodbye," with manners. But not everything's weird. Some moments are pure comedy gold. Like one time, he's walking through Shibuya, and a group of teenagers yell, "Yo, Black Panther," and run up for selfies. He didn't know whether to laugh or buy Disney stock. Another time, he gets stopped by a security guard who asks for ID just to confirm he's a tourist, then apologizes when Optimistic responds in basic Japanese. In the haircut. Oh man, the haircut. He walks into a barber shop, shows a photo of his fade, and the barber literally flips through a manual like it's a mystery novel. It took a tutorial video and to barbers to get him out looking decent. Everything's a roller coaster. The highs are high, the lows are small, and Optimistic keeps chasing the next peak. He's meeting people, going to clubs, making content, living that viral dream life. But fast forward a bit, and things take a turn for the worse. The kind you don't expect when your trip's main goal is collect experiences and maybe a few headlines. One night, after a string of hookups and late nights, he starts feeling off, not traumatic, just strange, burning when he pees, some lower abdominal pain, headaches that feel like static, and this general something isn't right feeling. He shrugs it off at first. Too much clubbing, too much food, jet lag, you name it. But the symptoms stick. He rates the symptoms a 6.5 out of 10, but the discharge and soreness are a brutal 10 out of 10. That's when Optimistic decides enough is enough and he should get tested. He walks into a clinic, awkward, trying to explain symptoms through Google Translate while keeping his dignity. The nurse is professional, the doctor straightforward. Tests are done. The waiting room is surprisingly quiet. No drama, just a hum of fluorescent lights and Optimistic trying not to think about his life decisions. When the results come back, it's not good. He's positive for chlamydia and gonorrhea. Do at once. He sits for a second, the room spinning, and then a strange mix of emotions hits him: embarrassment, anger, sadness, and a weird, defiant acceptance. The doctor prescribes antibiotics, explains the treatment, gives the lowdown on partner notification, and hands him the pamphlets in polite English. Optimistic leaves with pills in his pocket and a new kind of clarity heavy on his chest. This is where the trip stops being funny for Optimistic. It's not just a medical issue, it's emotional. He's embarrassed on social levels, worried about what people back home will think, and frustrated with himself for moving so fast. He's also mad at the oversimplified narrative he fell for, that travel equals validation, and that viral attention equals meaningful connection. He texts a few people hesitantly, friends, a couple of girls he met, and faces a range of reactions: concern, jokes, and a couple of people ghosting him. It stings, the clout feels hollow, and for the first time on the trip, Optimistic is quiet. But he does the adult thing. He follows the treatment plan, rests, and uses the downtime to think beyond the likes and comments. He goes on quieter walks, eats more carefully, and finds small ways to connect with people that don't involve late nights or content moments. He apologizes where he needs to a few girls, to himself, and starts learning how to be more careful with his choices. But is he quitting? No. He's the LeBron James at 40 years old. The team still needs him. So days later, he's depressed, but he gets invited to a pool party, photo shoot by a model. He goes, and when everyone leaves, they get deep. She asks about his kinks, and he chooses the schoolgirl skirt. The stage is set for a comeback, but the final, devastating blow, he couldn't get it up. This has never happened to him. The exhaustion, the injury, the mental stress, it all culminates in a moment of humiliating defeat. Now the mission is officially on ice. His favorite trip ends abruptly. Our guy had to leave early because he became the viral, a walking bounty. He describes how he was eventually cornered and jumped outside the club by the street thugs. He tried a veteran street move, snuffing the main guy, but the alcohol and numbers weren't on his side. He got piled on. Then the club workers break it up and hand him some chump change to not call the police. That's the end of his confidence. He booked the next flight home, but the $1,000 question is, did he ever learn his lessons? And the simple answer to that is no. Here is the thing, Mr. Optimistic is still very vocal on the internet today. He is most active on Instagram, where he has a huge following. He has a couple of videos on how to use say.x offenders lists like Tinder to get what he wants, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this man is still in the game, but if there's something that we should learn from his story, it's the next time the internet tells you a country needs something, maybe pack your curiosity, not your ego, and maybe pack condoms too. Just saying.